Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Anyway, let's get on to some tweets, shall we? So you know how a tweet sometimes turns into I had a back and forth with someone and I thought it was funny, so I'm just showing off my own prowess on Twitter here?
Yep.
This is one of those. So I had an interaction with Benny Schetz. So he posted this saying, preparing for the haters, what young and old people need to know about culture that celebrates pride, or as culture celebrates pride. 1, we are creations of God made in his image. Okay, disagree, but whatever. That's a typical Christian bullshit. 2, my identity is not determined by my preferences, sexual or otherwise. So your identity is not determined by your preference to be a Christian?
So yeah, I was about to say, your identity as a Christian? Where the fuck did that come from then?
Like, would you
did you pull it out of Christ's dick hole?
You're saying that being a Christian is not a preference of yours? You would not prefer to be a Christian?
He was compelled to be a Christian by the power of Christ. Don't you understand?
And actually, I'm wondering, I'm going to check this now. But like a lot of these Christian apologists or whatever, oh, god damn it. I'm not signed into Twitter on this.
Why are you not signed into the modern day forum, twitter.com, formerly known as X?
No, they actually got the x.com thing now, so.
I can still type in twitter.com and it works.
Yeah, no, it still works, but it now actually forwards to x.com instead of x.com forwarding to twitter.com.
Just sounds like we're talking about a porn site.
It really does, because Elon Musk is an idiot.
He
doesn't have it, but a lot of these Twitter apologist types will have like father as part of their profile.
Yeah,
and so or husband or whatever. So it's like, no, that is sexual preference right there. Like that is you making that part of your identity. Anyway, he says, love is not a boundless affirmation of harmful practices. Real love speaks truth. Like, okay, I would agree with that, except we disagree what he means by harmful practices here, because like, if you go with what the actual scientific studies say, allowing homosexual unions is good for everybody.
Yeah, turns out gay marriage hurt nobody.
Gay marriage actually benefited the straights. So, like, not only does it benefit the gay people, it benefits the straights as well. So, like, just let people get married. It's good for everybody. So, like, yeah, no, we're not asking you to affirm harmful practices. We're asking you to stop being a bigot. Is that really too much to ask? Apparently, yes.
It is far too much. You don't understand.
And then 4, men with men is unnatural. Okay, what about...
Actually, it's perfectly natural.
So, okay, yes, that. But what about women with women? Why is he not calling them out? Why is he not calling out the lesbians?
If he focuses on that, he'll be horny. That's why.
Because lesbians are fucking hot.
No, they're fucking each other. Who's hot?
I mean, if you're fucking right, you get hot.
Then turn on the air conditioning. What the fuck are you doing? Hydrate.
Yeah, like
take a fuck break to drink some water. What's wrong with you?
But like, men with men is unnatural. No, it's not. But also, fuck you.
Also, natural isn't an argument for anything. It's natural does not mean moral.
Yeah. Have you met penguins? Those fuckers are nasty.
So I try not to meet penguins for the reasons that you just described.
They will fuck anything that moves and a lot of things that don't.
But it's so cute when they give each other pebbles.
Including dead penguins. They will fuck dead penguins.
Penguins.
Steel Jules says, you're hot.
Oh, whoa.
So, thank you, Steel Jewel, for giving me an excuse to use Suris's ooh button.
Oh. I will claim everything you love as my own, and I will rip it from your grasp.
Wait, are you saying you want to take care of my 5 children?
You don't own them.
Suris, you guys heard it here. Suris agreed to take care of my 5 children. There we go.
That's not what
I'm shipping them down to Georgia. You have to feed them now.
The devil's not coming down to Georgia, and I'm not looking for a mouth to feed.
No, you're looking for 5.
The devil went down to Georgia. My prostate tickles.
So 5. Forgiveness is readily available through Jesus. Okay, whatever. That's typical Christian shtick. Whatever.
It's Christianese.
6. The demand we need to affirm LGBTQ is a fruitless attempt to assuage guilt and shame.
Guilt about what?
Guilt about what?
Huh?
Like, no. Like, this...
Huh?
Hey, we got a Shannon in the chat. Yay. I have 1
Hello,
total
Shannon.
children. I have 1 total children. That's sufficient.
Are you saying that you don't want to take Rhino's 5 children? He just tried to pawn them off on me?
You said you were going to take everything that I love, and I love my children dearly.
I said everything that you own.
And until they're 18, I own them.
Why? Why is life? I don't understand.
Yeah. So the demand we need to affirm LGBTQ is a fruitless attempt to assuage guilt and shame. There's no guilt with it. Like, seriously, like these people that are like, oh,
for there to be guilt, I need to have something that I feel guilty about.
Yeah, like, okay, I can't really speak to the LGBTQ experience, but like the whole like you deny God because you just want to sin and avoid guilt or whatever. It's like, I've been a married Christian, I've been a married atheist, and now I am a living in sin atheist. I don't feel any guilt about having sex despite not being married. It's just a thing that happens. It's how partners bond.
Yeah.
And like,
I'm not married to Saki. I don't feel guilty when I have sex with her.
Like, it is no different from when I was a Christian having sex as a married person. It's the same. Like, I don't need to deny God for that. Like, there are Christians that live together without being married.
Yeah.
But then we get to the rainbow is God's.
No, the rainbow is a phenomenon from the light spectrum.
It's the visible light spectrum, buddy. Like that's all it is.
Nobody owns that. Like, if I want to be...
Shannon says, 1 13-year-old over here, my name is now some variation of either bruh or huh?
If I wanted to be a dick, I would just use Lux's quote from League of Legends. Well, a rainbow is a phenomenon of optics that displays a spectrum of light due to the sun shining on droplets of moisture in the atmosphere. Does that explain it?
Yeah, you said moisture. That has the word moist in it.
That gets me moist.
So I was thinking maybe you'd want to do sex with me.
Double rainbow? What does it mean?
Double rainbow all across the sky. No, I got the tune wrong. Just ignore me. Point everyone to the cross, the ground level. The grace is amazing. The shackles can be broken. The truth can be found. God's grace.
The shackles of what? Yeah, you're literally denying people's freedoms.
The shackles of being in love.
I don't feel shackled being in love. I feel like I get help with the garden. I mean,
sometimes you can be shackled while being in love. That can be fun. I also don't feel guilty for that.
That makes me moist.
Less Than Lucid says, shackles? Kinky.
If your shackles are kinky, then you need to like flip them around or something and unkink them.
My partner just walked in, and I'm not sure what she's trying to tell me, but she's like, you're going to bed, or you're getting high? You're going upstairs? You're so high. Okay, she's high.
Oh.
And she feels guilty for being high, which is why she needs the love of Jesus in her life.
Oh, okay. Does the love of Jesus come in prostate?
Yeah, I mean, I have a video that, like, from our stream last week that is literally titled, I have a God-shaped hole in my butt. So
I want Jesus to fill it.
There's a God-shaped hole in my rectum. My butthole is God-shaped. He must come inside me. So,
My ass is vast and God's love's girth is amazing.
right. Okay. So that was what Benny Schetz tweeted to begin with. I retweeted it. I forget exactly what I said, but then he responded to my retweet saying, silence is affirmation. Read the post. I am being patient and kind in my teaching of what the Bible says.
No, fuck, you're not. You're being a bigot. Shut up.
And he says, I should not be called a bigot for helping people to understand the way God created the world. Can you share some of those snacks with me? I should not be called a bigot for helping people understand the way God created the world. Your views are extremely narrow-minded. You crave affirmation. This is why you have to bully everyone who disagrees with me. He called me narrow-minded for not agreeing with him that being straight is the only right way to be.
You're so narrow-minded. How dare you not agree with specifically my interpretation of the world?
I thought I was going to remember this, but apparently I'm not. So I'm going to have to. Oh, that's Twitch. I don't need to go. I don't need Twitch. I need Twitter.
I don't mean to be anal about this, but
be anal.
It's funny because penises and butts.
Yeah, so what my focus, I said there's a lot wrong with this, but I'll just focus on the affirmation thing. Nobody is demanding that you personally be affirming. It's just that affirmation leads to better outcomes for everyone. So what we want you to do is keep your bigotry to yourself. Like, if you can't be affirming, shut up.
Yeah.
That's when he said the silence is affirmation thing. Read my post. I'm being patient, kind. I should not be called a bigot for helping people understand the way God created the world. Your views are extremely narrow-minded. I'm like, so if my kid comes home with an A+ on a math test and my reaction is silence, they should understand that to be an affirmation of a job well done?
That's like when my bosses used to tell me that I shouldn't want more than just my paycheck because my paycheck was the thank you for doing my job.
No, these are the only ones I can have.
Nani?
I probably shouldn't be snacking on the stream anyway. But yeah.
Fine, I'll snack enough for the both of us.
Sure, why not? Yeah, so he then we got into an argument. We had it out for a bit, and eventually I dropped my my link that if you go to research.vicerhino.com, you get to my huge list of scientifically like peer-reviewed research that has been published in scientific journals about being trans and how like being trans is real, gender is not a binary. Gender itself is a social construct, but then like sex is also not a binary. It's bimodal. It's on a spectrum.
Yeah.
And there's like whole categories of like basically every objection they have to being trans is covered. And so I dropped him. Oop, nope, I didn't mean to click on that. But I mean, why not? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Thumper. So sure. So yeah, I sent him that big long list of research, and his response, which he deleted, but because Twitter takes a while to register that it was deleted, I still got to get the screenshot. He said, "So when all of this is debunked, what next?"
So wait, but huh?
He did delete this, so he realized how stupid it sounded.
So he's he doesn't get to be the person that goes, but I deleted it. No. He gets to own this one. You get to throw this one in his face every single time that he denies actual science.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because on the list of research that I published, it's literally dozens of studies covering decades, like going back to the 70s, research going back to the 70s, all of it coming out with being trans is natural and normal and it's fine and it's okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. And being a bigot is bad for trans people. Being affirming is good for trans people. Gender affirming care has the best outcomes.
It's pretty easy to understand shit even for a 2-year-old.
Yeah, so
which
like,
he's acting like.
when all of this is debunked, what next? It's like, okay, well, you're talking about several decades, like 50 years of research.
And when you mean debunked, do you mean like peer review comes out that shows that the methodology was wrong?
No, he's talking about...
Or do you mean like
talking about
somebody
the
makes a
CAS
YouTube
report.
video?
No, he's talking about the CAS report where they said, oh, I'm going to ignore this meta-analysis because they defined a thing in not quite the technical way that I like, and so if I ignore the meta-analysis of hundreds of studies, I can look at this one study and say X. So, yeah. Anyway, I have to pee, so entertain my people for me.
And so you have to pee, so I have to entertain the pee pull. Why are we pulling pee? Why are we pee pulling? I don't want to pee pull. That just sounds like masturbating with extra steps, and the steps aren't fun. But I guess I'm stuck here anyway. Hi everybody. Said, isn't pushing trans education what the Nazis did? No, but I know who you are, so I know you're joking. Said, people. Jesus. Oh, where can I get the studies from, Rhino? Look at his Twitter. He's got it on his head. No, Axo, I am not pregnant. No, stop. I need you to cease the thinking thing. Please. Oi, oi, oi. Said pee pull power. Yeah, the power of pee pulling. You know, when you pull pee. Said, isn't a pee pull what Trump gets from a Russian prostitute? Yes, question mark? Stoff says, yes, he is. He just doesn't know it yet. Actually, Fungus says, Pergante? Why is my chat like this? I don't understand. I don't like anyone in my chat at all. They're all monsters. Every single one of them is monsters. You haven't finished the art yet, and you won't ever. I will successfully manage to ignore its existence forever. Suris, you did this. You're the one who got pregnant. That's not how bodies work. That's not how any bodies work at all. Gideon says, I was alt-tab. Did I hear something about Suris being a father of 5? After I kill Rhino, I guess. Efron says, I'm glad the SPC declared a couple of anti-LGBTQA orgs as groups. That's always nice. Yeah. Abalon says, can we ranch slime girl Suris? Farm slime waifus? No, you can...
I came back just in time to hear you say farm slime waifus. I have no idea what that means. But congratulations on your pregnancy.
I want to stop. I want everything to just stop.
Avalon of Babylon says, can we ranch slime girls, farm slime waifus? Is that what you're responding to?
I guess.
Slime babies?
I guess, Rhino. It can be what I was responding to if you need it to be.
We need Suris baby shower fan art. Someone has to make this canon. Suris has to acknowledge it if it becomes canon, so someone has to draw a picture of pregnant Suris.
You don't want to look at the NSFW section of my Discord.
I have seen most of that shit.
There is a spoilered version of something I've already seen, and apparently the father is Mr. fucking Bircham.
Oh, nice. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that was Benny Shetz. Then we get 934 Hertz Cosmic Energies, who says,
Shetz himself.
Women need to understand that having sex with a male creates a psychic link between the man, the woman, and the womb.
What?
When I upload my seed, it is a spiritual data transfer that binds our souls together.
When I upload my seed.
When I upload my seed.
Oh my god. Fucking. Hey, honey. I want to upload my seed in you.
Can I upload my seed in you?
She's just tilted her head and she's shaking it now. I think that's a no.
Well, abortion, because of the spiritual upload, The spiritual data transfer. Abortion actually kills part of the man.
Okay. Sorry, I can't do the spiritual data transfer because you won't let me upload my seed in you. Oh, I don't like living.
It's just like
upload. He's clearly talking about his experiences with an AIGF. He's sitting there like, my girlfriend, Hatsune Miku, who is a diva pop star, by the way, and her name is Hatsune Miku.
If I come in the floppy drive, it counts as a cream pie.
If you come in the floppy drive, it's a cream pie?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, nobody has floppy drives anymore, do they?
No, we've kind of solved that thanks to Viagra.
I have a hard drive. In fact, you might call it solid state.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. You could come in the USB ports, but that's not as funny as floppy drive. Did you bring the Norton antivirus? I need an abortion to get rid of my Norton antivirus.
Norton is spyware.
Okay, Ray Comfort. And if it makes you guys feel better, I did save this one. I spelled comfort CUMFART.
Well, yeah, of course,
so,
obviously,
because that's what you have to do with Ray Comfort.
It's the correct way to spell his name.
Yep, the Banana Man. To take God's name in vain is to fail to give it due honor, to count his name as worthless, which shows the utter disdain that human beings have for their creator. So first off, hurting the feelings of an omnipotent being,
it shouldn't fucking matter.
Should be impossible. Like, yeah, no, God should be strong enough that like people can make fun of his name without him getting upset about it. You'd think. Secondly, if you actually look at the cultural and historic context in which the "you shall not take the Lord's name in vain" commandment was written, what they meant, and this is actually like etymologically speaking, this is where we get like the word swear to refer to swear words, or if you go a little bit more archaic, you can say swearing oaths to refer to swear words. It's not about saying, oh my God. It's about making promises using God's name that you either cannot keep or do not intend to keep. If you make a promise using God's name, you have to keep that promise. To do otherwise is to use the Lord's name in vain. That is what that originally meant. It didn't just mean saying, Jesus Christ, when you stub your toe, or, oh my God, when you see something shocking. It was, I swear to God, I will do such and such, and then not doing such and such. So that's why we have, in English, the word swear means like
to promise,
but it also means using vulgar language like fuck or whatever, like, because like all the swear words originated as these kind of like oaths based on God.
So wait, hold on. So fuck was an oath to begin with.
I don't know if fuck was, but like, I don't know, some of the other ones. Maybe the ones that we use like in modernity did not
proceed to use my fucking oath. That's what I've been told.
I swear to God, I'm gonna push the ooh button on this. On the super chat. It says Rhino is brilliant. He has an torture button for the and the moment Suris takes revenge, he's a father of five. Because you're a father. I think this is referring to you taking my kids.
You've got this perfect plan.
Suris is taking all of our kids for us. As soon as possible. He said he's going to take everything that I love. And I love my children more than anything. So he's taking them for me.
Is this just for the weekend?
I said everything you
I feel like it's permanent.
Not
we get them on weekends
love.
Or something.
Yeah, but that's not what the court decided.
I own them till they're 18. They're mine until they're 18, so now they're yours. You guys all heard it. Someone do a fan art of Suris parenting my children. That makes it canon. Okay.
Why is life?
Darwin to Jesus, a bit of a long one, says, ever since Twitter Blue let people post longer things, it's been harder to find things for twit tweets because like all the people that make the best twit tweeters are like verbose as fuck. So they post shit like
I would
this.
like to write a book for you now.
Yeah, and it's like most of the time when I see a long post, I just don't read it because the whole point of Twitter is a short thing that I can read in a little bit.
We need to bring back the 240 character limit for these people.
Yep. So Darwin to Jesus says, I'm about to slaughter one of the largest sacred cows in atheism. You ready? You ready, Suris?
Yeah, sure. Can I eat it afterwards? I love hamburgers.
Sure. The reason atheists ask for evidence is not because they care about your evidence. They don't. It's because their religion is about ego and intellect. They think they're smarter than you. So when you give them evidence, they get to atheist-splain why it isn't evidence. Yeah, no, if you give a logical argument...
Is this just the dude that I was doing a video response to earlier?
Maybe.
Is this him?
Darwin to Jesus? Maybe.
Nice. I don't know if that's his Twitter account, but it sounds the fuck like him.
I mean, this sounds like Cameron Bertuzzi level shit. Like, ooh, arguments don't count as evidence, or arguments are evidence, is actually Cameron's position. Whereas, like, no.
Because in fucking philosophical dialectic, arguments are considered evidence, which is like, it's somebody being so technical on what the term means. And it's like, yeah, but is that something that you would ever accept?
Yeah. And well, the thing is, like, most of the arguments for God don't get you to the Christian God. At best, they get you to deism. And even then, it's pretty sketchy. And they usually rely on, like, fallacious reasoning. Like, the argument from ignorance is one that most of them rely on. Others rely on argument from consequences. That's the moral argument. I don't like it. I don't like the idea that objective moral values and duties don't exist. Therefore, they do exist. And the only way they could exist is if God exists. Therefore, God exists. Like, that is essentially the moral argument.
I headcanon the world to be this way, and that way is with my supreme super being.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, no, that doesn't count as evidence. Sorry. Like that's not atheist-splaining why it isn't evidence. That just is not evidence. And then he says, and of course they are right, because they are the enlightened atheist. You're a simple redneck that still believes in magic. I actually don't like that portrayal of religious people. There are very intelligent religious people that...
Yeah, there's plenty of articulate religious people. Like the argument isn't that they're stupid or anything. The argument is typically...
I mean, there are a lot that are stupid. Like,
yes,
cue the Matt
Cameron
Powell montage
exists.
again. But my video coming out this Friday is responding to William Lane Craig. He is a very intelligent man. His arguments are stupid.
He's just also an asshole.
His arguments are stupid. He's a pompous ass, but he is very intelligent. I don't think those things are mutually exclusive. You can be a pompous ass who is wrong, but also very intelligent. I like to think that I'm fairly intelligent. My intelligence level didn't change when I stopped believing in God. I didn't get more intelligent because I realized that God doesn't exist. Like, being an atheist does not make you inherently more intelligent. I have met some idiots that are atheist.
Basically, every single atheist that does the whole religion's a mental illness, even though I've never cracked open the DSM. Yeah, that's an idiot. Who's an atheist?
No, but the DSM has an exception for religion. If it wasn't a mental illness, they wouldn't have to carve out an exception for it. Do you know what the word exception means?
It means that so there's also the saying that exceptions prove rules. So an exception existing does not make something special.
Yeah, but even there, like, our brains are designed to work within, like, we are a social species, so our brains have evolved to work within that construct. So if everybody in a society agrees with this thing that is not evidently true, you are pre-programmed to prefer to agree with the herd in that. Like, there's a survival advantage to that. That's the way a healthy brain works. So to say that
tests on that with elevators.
Yeah, so like the religious exemption to the mental illness thing it's not because of any like oh no, we can't offend the religious people by calling religion a mental illness. It's like, no, it's that a healthy brain will conform to the beliefs of the other brains that are around it. So if there is a lot of people, like if there are a lot of people in society that believe in religion, a healthy brain is one that is likely to also believe in religion.
Because that's where the majority is.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done the tests
that
for.
says nothing about the truth of religion. That just says that, like, that's how healthy brains work. So, yeah, like, religion is not a mental illness, and that exception that is carved out in the DSM has reasoning behind it. It's not just we are carving it out because we want to be politically correct or whatever.
Yeah, we didn't change we didn't go from the DSM-3 to 4 saying that being gay wasn't a mental illness because we wanted political correctness. We did it because we found, oh, wait a minute, the previous research was fucking wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're a simple redneck that still believes in magic as part of the ritual of atheism to justify their superiority over you. I don't believe I'm superior to people that have religion. I just believe they're wrong. That doesn't make me superior. I've been wrong about shit. Fuck. In a video recently, I said that Mount Everest was 6 kilometers tall. It's close to 9 kilometers tall. I was wrong. I Googled a thing, and I didn't look closely at what Google was showing me. I just read the thing off of the, the summary result that it had.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happened. I don't actually remember exactly what happened, but it's such an inconsequential point that I wasn't careful about it. And so I said a wrong thing. That doesn't make me inferior. That just makes me wrong in that one thing. And then I think that was last Friday's video, and I'm issuing a correction in this Friday's video.
I think people like this, I think the only atheists they've ever dealt with are the sub 100 subscriber YouTube atheist accounts that have just regurgitated everything they've seen from r/atheism on Reddit. They've either only exclusively engaged with the devil's advocate Reddit side of it, the angry Twitter poster, or the angry guy making YouTube videos in their basement. And that's the 3 people they've talked to. But when it comes to anybody who actually, I don't know, makes talking about atheism their job, for instance, you never hear the same words that this person is saying.
Yeah. And then, they get into stuff about virtue signaling, whatever. But then he says, this post is really going to piss them off. I'm no, it doesn't piss me off. It's just, it's kind of amusing, but also you're wrong. And there are atheists that behave in the way that they describe, but that's not a sacred cow for atheists, as he's saying. It's just some people behave that way. And yeah, it sucks when people behave that way, but that's not the majority of us.
Yep. Arianda says the atheists they're used to are straw men. So here's the thing. I've met atheists that act like the way this person is describing them.
So have I.
So I'm willing to say that the majority of the time, yes, this atheist is a straw man, but I'm not going to pretend this atheist doesn't exist because I've met this person. Mm-hmm. And worst part, I can tell you for a fact, I've been that person.
I don't think I've ever been quite the version that this person has said, but I could have easily gone that direction.
I definitely had the latent Christianity problem where all of the pearl clutching that comes with that religion was applied now to non-belief. I've been there, I've been that person, I've been that asshole.
Yeah. All right. Your representative, Marjorie Taylor Greene, in tweets that age like milk. Mwah. President Trump is innocent.
Of what? So the 34 things he's been found guilty of?
So that's what she posted on May 29th, which was the day before he was found guilty of 34.
Okay.
Felonies.
So then what does she say afterwards?
Right afterwards, she posted a picture of an upside down American flag.
Yay!
To say that she stands with Justice Alito, or rather, Justice Alito's wife, who he threw under the bus.
I swear this woman's entire career is just, what if a shock jock was in politics?
Darabo10 says, why did Suris even vote for her? You voted for her, right, Suris?
No, I voted for Marcus Flowers.
Yeah.
No, I went so far as to go to the person who was running against her's office to talk with them about his fucking policies in regards to unions and trans people. So I wanted the dude to beat her.
You going to bed? Okay. Night.
Oh, I thought there was going to be a whole nother exchange of, are you high? Are you going to get high? Are you going to sleep? Oh, you're going upstairs because you're too high?
No. She's going to bed this time. Senshini says milk doesn't age that quickly. True. You leave. Well, I mean,
it does if you try to curdle it.
If you leave milk on the counter for a day,
it's
probably still good, but I wouldn't drink it.
It gets pretty rancid after that point, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's been pasteurized, it's probably fine, but I wouldn't drink it. But yes, that did go bad very quickly. What goes bad that quick? It aged like a fine chicken. Like a fine raw chicken.
Yeah.
There
raw
we go.
Chicken outside.
Die Hard Anime Otaku. It aged like milk in a hot car.
There we go. It aged like milk in an active microwave.
Well, no, because you microwave milk, it just boils it and kills the bacteria, and then it's like good for oatmeal and shit.
How long are you keeping the microwave on? Because I'm talking like probably 3 hours.
I'm thinking like a minute. Oh, this was a comment on my video that went live yesterday on this channel. It was when we discussed the how the University of Texas had to lay off a bunch of like 400 employees because of Texas's anti-DEI stuff. And I just like that video got found by the trolls, and so I'm getting a lot of like negative comments on that, and I kind of love it because like whether you agree with this or not, your view still pays me. So I'm good with it. And when you comment, that tells YouTube that people are engaging with this, so they're going to share it with more people. So, like, go ahead and leave your nasty troll comments.
What does he mean by his wife's boyfriend took her out for the night and jumped on the OnlyFans computer to stream his...
I'm not sure if this person's aware that there's two of us. I think he might think that because you're an avatar, it's just me talking with myself. And, like, our voices are similar enough.
Because, like, that's the reason I'm confused. Because, like...
So, like, whose wife?
Saki does have an OnlyFans. So I'm sitting here like, wait, who is he talking about?
So yeah, no, he's just trying to shame us and being like, oh, you're such a cuck that your wife has a boyfriend and you had to use her computer that she uses for OnlyFans in order to stream your silly ideas. But it's like, okay, which one of us are you talking about? It's like, my partner also has an OnlyFans, but I'm literally her only fan on that one because she just well, she
the only fan.
I think I forget how like it has its roots in before I met her. She had people tell her that she had nice feet or whatever, and neither of us are really feet people. But she was like, okay, well, I mean, if I can make some money with that, I'll start an OnlyFans and just post pictures of my feet. But then because neither of us are really into that, and both of us have ADHD.
The fixation died.
Yeah, so like she hasn't posted anything that like I think I still pay her like $5 a month or whatever. But like no, like she didn't keep up with it long enough to actually get a fan base. So both of our partners have OnlyFans accounts, but like one of them, I am literally her only fan.
I mean, this is why you just start shouting at your partner.
But also like if you're so insecure that like your partner can't have an OnlyFans, like I don't know, she's not going to go sleep with people that aren't me. And if she's got an OnlyFans, it's like, you know, like
it's not changing that.
And even like from my perspective, I'm like, if other people are attracted to you to the point where they're willing to pay money to see pictures of you, that's like cred points for me. Like, look what I scored. People are willing to pay money to see her feet, and I get to see them every day, even though I don't actually like feet.
Even though you're not a foot person.
Yeah, but like, it's like for me, this like it's extra. It's like arm candy sort of thing. Like people pay money to see her, and I get to see it for free. So like, I don't see a problem with that.
I think for us, it's groceries.
Sure.
You know, given the conversation, that could also mean that I ate something like groceries, but that's besides the point.
I just don't understand the whole, like, you should feel ashamed if your partner has an OnlyFans account. Like,
because
why?
like, here's the thing. What's the So if your partner's hot and they're a public figure, then guys are already beating off to them. Mm-hmm. You can't control that. That's already happening. If they get paid for that, then
I guarantee you that at least one person has masturbated to me at some point.
I've had some weird DMs in my time, so I'll leave it at that.
I've not seen the DMs. I have seen comments with people saying they're attracted to me. It's usually gay men. Like I recognize that I'm more attractive to gay men than straight women, which
you do have the
fine.
bear sona going for you.
Sure, why not? But like, and there's enough content on my channel of like me in lingerie that like, if people are attracted to me, I could see them watching that and masturbating to that. And that's fine by me. But at the same time, like, that doesn't affect my relationship with my partner. And like,
nope.
she knows that those videos exist. She knows that there are people on my channel that think I'm attractive. Steel Jules says, Rhino is hot, but have not done that. LOL. And that is also fine.
Yet. Give it time.
It's like, I'm not expecting people to masturbate to me. If you are attracted to me, that's fine. I appreciate it.
Everybody is saying that you're more of an otter than a bear.
I mean, weirdly enough, like, okay, so like, I know that otter is like hairless, right? Otters don't have hair generally. Yeah. So like, I don't have chest hair.
You ought to know.
Yeah, I ought to know. So like, yeah, no, I don't really fit the bear because I don't have enough hair, but like, and you don't see it on this crappy little webcam, but like in the last like 5 years, my chest hair has like increased exponentially.
Yeah.
Now, like exponentially, I mean, like I started with like 1 and now I have 17. So.
Okay, so you might be closer to a twink then.
No, I'm not skinny enough for a twink. It's otters are furry as heck. So, okay, maybe I'm not an otter either. I'm not an otter or a bear or a twink. What am I?
So
what am I?
You're not thick enough to be a bear. Is the
somebody
thing.
Give me a gay label. I need a gay label.
You are okay. So bear is a broad category. Otter is a subcategory, and a slender, hairy person is a otter as opposed to a bear.
Okay.
Because bears are usually bigger and thicker.
What if I'm just a hairless guy with a dad bod?
Then that just means you're an alcoholic.
But I'm not, though. Wednesdays are the only nights I drink.
So I'm responsible for you drinking. I drive you to drink.
No,
I understand now.
You are actually the I feel like I'm a little bit more entertaining when I'm a little bit buzzed. So it's not about you, it's more about the audience.
They drive you to drinking.
They don't drive me to drink it. It's one of those things where like if I have alcohol in the house, I just drink it.
Yeah.
And so I've gotten to the point where like, so I used to buy like this big pack of the little beers because I'm like, oh, I can drink like 3 or 4 of those on stream and that's fine. And that's all I'll need to drink.
Mm-hmm.
But because I like it, if it's in the house, I just drink. So I found myself like drinking every night, but like not in an alcoholic way, just in a like, oh, I could use a beer. Sure. Why not? So it's gotten to the point where like I now will only buy like a little 4-pack on Wednesdays.
And that's the Wednesday
because
beer.
Like it's because like I don't like if it's not in the house, I don't feel the need to have it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I really need to go get the because I'm not alcoholic. But I also recognize that there is the like with ADHD, ADHD has a weird relationship with addiction where like it is both less of a problem for some things and more of a problem with others. So like medication. My medication is a controlled substance where like I have to show my ID every time I pick it up because it's something that like is super duper addictive, but I also forget to take it all the time because I just am not addicted to it.
But if it's something if there's something you enjoy,
but like beer, it would be easy to become like it's easier for people with ADHD to become addicted to things like alcohol. So I recognize that that is a potential problem. And so when I see myself, like, if the beer's in the house, I drink it. I'm like, maybe I should just not have beer in the house then. And when it's not in the house, I'm fine. So like, it's not alcoholic, but I recognize that it has the potential to get there if I let it get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't.
Fair. I just don't drink.
Which is probably best because alcohol is literally poison. Although, so my partner, I've shared this a couple weeks in a row. She's newly diagnosed diabetic. And one of the things that she was kind of upset about with her dietary change is that like, oh, well, like, what's the point in date night anymore? We can't really go out to restaurants and eat because like everything has carbs.
Just pick something that's keto off.
I know. Like I recognize, like we both recognize that that's not necessarily. It was just like she's going through all the emotional things of having the new diagnosis. So like, yeah, there's a significant dietary shift. And so yes, there is some difficulty there. And no, it's not like, oh, what's the point in even going out anymore? But it did feel that way for a little bit. But like in response to that, one of the things she said was like, we live in wine country. She's like, one of the things I wanted to do is like drop your kids off at your dad's house and go for a wine tour or whatever. But we can't do that now because alcohol's chock full of sugar. And so I Googled it. See, like, I know there are some alcohols you can drink when you are diabetic. And I looked it up, and like the concern with alcohol and diabetes is that alcohol actually interferes with your liver's ability to put sugar in the bloodstream. So like the concern is that you will have low blood sugar. And since she really loves everything carbs, it actually turns out that like it might be beneficial for her to have like a glass of wine with dinner every night.
Oh, fair enough.
So like, yeah, no, alcohol on the whole, avoiding it altogether will always be the most healthy choice. But like, there are certain benefits where like it interferes with your ability to put sugar in the bloodstream. So like having a little bit of alcohol with your dinner will allow you to have more carbs. So like,
fair enough.
It's not all bad. It'd still be best to just not have diabetes, but
I mean, yeah, but we don't get to control that part.
Yeah, Fennec's asking if she's seen an RD. Yeah, she's seen dietitians and everything. That like the problem is that she's got very restricted dietary, like even before the diabetes diagnosis, because of some neurospiciness going on, she's very restricted in what foods she's able to eat. Like basically all vegetables except for a very few are like so distasteful to her that like she just can't. And I understand, like, it's like she feels about them the same way I feel about mint. It's a sensory issue. And it actually, like, she has depression as well, and it, like, exacerbates the depression when she can't eat the foods that make her feel good. And it's most vegetables have that. So, like, basically her diet is limited to, like, the fruits that are low in sugar, high in fiber, and meat. And that's basically it. Because she can't do most vegetables. So like a dietitian, generally speaking, a dietitian would be like, oh, well, you could use like mashed cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. But if you just can't do mashed cauliflower to begin with, that's not really helpful.
No, it's not really doing anything positive at that point.
Ooh. Got Drassus in the YouTube chat saying ban mint. I agree.
No, don't ban mint.
Mint is disgusting. It is the worst fucking thing on the planet.
Mint is fine.
No, it is not. It is the worst fucking thing on the goddamn planet, and it needs to go to fucking hell.
Okay, I disagree with you. I recognize your freedom to be wrong, and it's okay. Help is available.
No, mint.
But
mint
I
is the
don't
worst.
think any amount of help will help you enough.
So, my sensory thing with my mental health issues is it's sense. I'm super sensitive to sense. So mint, despise it. Most toothpaste related thing, like oral healthcare stuff, like that's directed to kids, like even the non-mint stuff, most of that is absolutely disgusting to me. There's like the baby powder smell that like a lot of like older people will have with certain perfumes or whatever is just completely repulsive to me. And it all kind of coagulates together with my partner's children because like they'll brush their teeth with their gross smelling stuff and then they have eczema, so they need like a vitamin E lotion that we have that smells like the old people baby powder perfume. And so there are times like this morning where I had to like actually like pick them up and put them in the car because they weren't behaving. And so like it was this whole thing where like I am now in sensory overload mode because I can smell that disgusting toothpaste thing on their breath, and I can smell their lotion that they have for their eczema, and they're being not cooperative, and I'm trying to be a good parent who's not like just yelling at them for stuff. And it's just like, it's difficult sometimes. This is why I want you to take my kids, because I can't deal with the toothpaste smell.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I know I will be, but it doesn't feel like it in the moment.
No, that's not my problem.
Jessa says, well, Rhino's never heard of cilantro. I have heard of cilantro. And cilantro, I don't like cilantro, but it doesn't bother me in the same way that mint does. Oh, bubblegum toothpaste. Yeah, no. That's the worst. That shit is nasty.
Do you not like regular bubblegum flavoring?
No, ew, no.
What?
It's worse than mint in my mind, but it's less common, so it's not as big of an issue.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, moving on. We got Sargon. I think this is our last tweet for the night.
Yay, Carl Benja,
We got
what's it?
Noted anti-SJW Sargon of Akkad is advocating for safe spaces, as he says, we're going to make our country feel safe again.
Yay.
Now that's obviously...
Safe from what?
Like,
milk shaking?
Well, no, I mean, this is obviously a racist thing. Like, I don't even want to say dog whistle, because that's not a dog whistle. This is just a whistle. Like, he's just being racist. But one of the things that was pointed out when I posted this on Twitter was that it's kind of funny that he's tacitly admitting that he doesn't actually care about making the country safe. He just wants to make it feel safe. It's like, that's a significant distinction there. He just wants to make it feel safe for white people without actually making it safe.
Because making it safe takes effort, but making it feel safe, well, security theater is pretty easy to manage.
Yeah, all you have to do is say like, oh yeah, let's send that boat of refugees to Rwanda. That'll make us feel safe.
Except for the refugees themselves, they don't feel very safe after that.
No, but the white people feel safe, and that's what matters, isn't it? White people are the most important people.
Why people?
Moderation bots, that was sarcasm. I don't actually think that. I'm making fun of people who think that.
He said crackers.
Ooh, Fennec is posting a thing. Toothpaste without flavor. So right now I use Quip's watermelon toothpaste, which is okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not like the watermelon that you expect from, like, if you were to buy, like, watermelon flavored toothpaste at the grocery store or whatever, where it's like that sickly sweet, gross, stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not a strong watermelon flavor. So, like, it's tolerable. I still don't like it because it's not, like, I don't like fake flavors generally, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's tolerable. And I transferred from that from the Toms of Maine fennel flavored, which fennel's kind of gross as well, but it was tolerable. But I went to the Quip watermelon stuff because it has fluoride in it, and I like the idea of not having cavities, so fluoride is good.
Fair. I can't complain with that. Cavities are really bad. They can get quite painful, so it's
Yeah.
at least good that you're,
Fluoride.
finding ways to brush your teeth.
Yeah, fluoride helps with that. So that's the last tweet, so we can get away from that. Yeah, so Fennec says, my sister bought that unflavored toothpaste and she let me try it, and it's weird. It has like zero taste. My teeth felt clean, but the lack of flavor was disconcerting. That sounds perfect, actually. So maybe I will try this.
He needs zero flavoring of any kind to feel like a normal person.
I don't.
So
fuck that. Who wants to feel normal?
I mean, so not normal in the sense that you feel boring. Normal in the sense that everything feels right.
Yeah.
Said so. Rhino really is bland. Yes, that's what we're saying.
Actually, I really like spicy food. I'm sorry for people redeeming the hydrates. My bottle of water is not. Oh, you know what? God damn it.
Well, he's gone. My stream now.
No, it was right over there. It was not on my desk. It was on my partner's desk, but I thought it was further away.
Oh, it's not my stream anymore. Okay.
So there we go. I mean, we're about to call it quits, so it'll be your stream again soon.
I thought we were going to call it the watering hole.
Okay, sure.
And I'm going to be hopping off after this as well.